Okay, if you want to start landing paid brand deals, then you need to start utilizing Instagram DMs, and here's why. One of the first steps you need to think about is lending brands love. You are showing that you're actively dissecting and understanding the brand's worth and exactly what their messaging is, and you are then presenting how your audience and your demographic molds and connects very seamlessly with their audience and their demographic. So here's an example with Instagram DMs where you could see that I lended this brand love by simply showing how I actively wear the product and I love it. So it shows it in different areas, different situations, and really emphasizes the fact that this product is sustainable, it's functional, and it's great even for traveling, which is really popular right now considering we are in the summer months. You are giving the brand value even prior to an official partnership. Now, these stories do not have to take you tons of time, and I wouldn't recommend that you spend a ton of time on this because your time is valuable, and when you actually partner with a brand, you are charging them for the time that you spend. One of many factors is this, but you are charging them for the time that you spend creating content for them as ads on your platforms. Showing authenticity that you love a tool or product will only help the brand further connect with you and see that you actually mean what you say. So another great example is this DM where you can see basically a piece of content from My Stories was created from their post they shared, where this is actually a photo of myself from a previous partnership, not a paid one, but basically a gifted one, which frankly makes me cringe at this point considering how much work was put into that partnership, but it's the story that we're presenting today and it's led me here to help you. So we're gonna go with it. This actually encouraged them to consider another partnership, which was actually a paid long-term partnership that we endeavored together. So simply acknowledging the brand, authentically sharing why your audience will mesh with theirs, and just taking a few moments to create a simple story in your Instagrams that will go to their DMs now, because now Instagram's really pushing Instagram DMs to develop that community base, which is also why you can charge more typically on Instagram as opposed to TikTok, because those DMs are still not quite as effective for this because you can't DM people that don't follow you, etc. So the community is not quite there yet on TikTok in the same way it is on Instagram DMs. So lend the brands love, step one. So the previous brand that we were just talking about was this Buddha Girl bangles brand. These are all weatherproof bangles. Their contact form didn't really have a marketing contact. It was very general. So in order to make sure that you are having the best contact possible to reach out to, just simply DM them on Instagram if you cannot find this on their website to ensure you have the best possible contact to pitch your ideas and to pitch the partnership opportunity that you think you could have together. Here's an example of a DM sent to Buddha Girl Bangles. Make sure it's short and sweet. They do not want to have to read just a ton of text. Just make it simple, to the point, and ask them what their best contact would be. Be persistent. This does not mean you should literally every single day or multiple times a day DM them. However, you should follow up, and it's very reasonable if you do not hear back within a few days to shoot them over another DM or maybe react to a story they've shared to kind of get on their radar again, to make sure they are actually seeing the question that you have, because sometimes it's hard to always see DMs and you need to kind of get on their radar again. But this was a way to find an appropriate contact via Instagram DMs for free that led to then emailing the brand and further explaining the opportunities and the benefits of working together. Reach out to other creatives, other influencers, other content creators that may have a contact that you need and or have worked with the brand that you want to work with, to number one, see what their experience was like. Number two, see if they have a contact that you could reach out to if you're having trouble finding it. And also number three, see how their experience genuinely was in relation to how they were compensated and if it was actually a good fit for them long term. Now, obviously everybody has bias, and just because a partnership worked maybe well or not well for them doesn't necessarily define how it will work out for you. But having this background information, especially a contact when you maybe only have a basic one, is crucial to getting in the door with brands. And the influencer could even recommend you to that brand if they already know who you are and feel like they are in a place where they could knowingly and authentically recommend you. So Here's an example of a DM sent to actually a brand in the Canary Islands. My husband and I are going to be going to Spain. So this was a brand that I connected with on Instagram, and I simply said, hey, do you have a good contact? Anybody you know that needs help on the island? And this is the conversation we had. The initial me reaching out to them, explaining who I am very briefly, and then after that, their response with the thank you and just being very authentic back with me about their needs, and then even sharing with me a couple different brands that they recommend on the Gran Canaria island. Having this connection form on Instagram actually led to a further connection that then led to a paid partnership that is currently in the process of happening with an incredible bike touring company in the Gran Canaria Islands. We're going to focus in now for a moment with step 4, specifically on this Gran Canaria Island local brand, because now that a contact had been found, then it comes to emails. So whenever you send a brand an email to their contact, you also want to then kind of counter that and kind of hit them from different angles by sending them an Instagram DM. Basically saying, like was said here in this DM, just wanted to follow up and let you know that an email was sent to you to this particular email address. So provide your email address as well as the subject line of the email. That way it's easy for them to just simply search it in their emails. This makes it really easy for them because brand reps get a lot of emails. By sending them this follow-up in Instagram DMs, actually there was a response they sent back, which was a voice memo, super excited for the opportunity, and then we continued the conversation more on emails. A lot of my reroute subscribers are eating up this content. So you can see right here, if you were on the email subscriber list for the reroute, you actually got a full breakdown of not only DMs on Instagram and how to perfect that, but also how to perfect your email pitches and the checklist, the influencer checklist for how to define your rates and decide what those are. So if you are not already on my reroute email newsletter, you need to get on that literally yesterday because it's free, it's twice a week, it's consistent, and it's going to be linked as well in the description box below. Take a look at that because the info shared in this video, while you deserve to receive as much as possible in these videos, there's so much more that can be given via an email newsletter, and that's more intimate, where you can reach back out to me in replies of emails and ask questions. And if you want to take it a step further, there are reroute pitch templates that are for sale on morgantyner.com. They have helped so much with just clarity on how to pitch an email or how to structure an email for a pitch, and how to also be confident in your rates and why you charge what you charge. So if you're interested in getting those templates downloaded and kept for you on your desktop, even on your phone, to have to go back to and refer to forever, take a look at those. The link to that to access it will be in the description box below. So in conclusion, let's recap the 4 steps that we talked about in this video. Number 1 is to lend the brands love. Number 2 is to make sure you have the appropriate email contact. The 3rd is to connect with other creatives who have also partnered with the brand. And the 4th is to follow up. Do not be afraid to follow up with brands. They get a lot of emails. Even in DMs, follow up, because this is how you can really grasp a partnership and show them that you are genuinely excited and serious about helping them out in a paid partnership. So if you love this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. I share videos every week on topics like this, on lifestyle topics, on travel topics for influencers who are trying to have more full wellness and more excitement and more money with their business. So I'll see you in the next one. Besos.